Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, we have got this Fiesta ST180 in the background. We've bought it completely blind. We don't know what's wrong with it. You know, we don't even know if it runs, doesn't run. All we got told is, you wait and see. So as you can see from the outside, it is very grubby and it has been sat for a while. Not quite sure what these little covers are, some sort of carbon fibre effect that the lack has come off where it's been sat. All very green, a few dents on the side here, not looking very good. Lots of green on the side and also on the top. Very, very green, indicating it hasn't been used or run for a while. Bonnet's all looking a bit shabby, front grille missing there. Coming around this side, this is where it starts getting interesting. Where's the suspension gone? I don't know. I'm really crouched down here and nearly fell over as I just recorded this video. It's completely gone up there, so not quite sure what's happened there. Looks like it's come off because I can see, can't quite see with the light in there because it's getting quite dark, but the bolts are completely loose, so it might be the spring's not even there. But the side skirt, that's another thing in a second, but this is all completely green, so it indicates this hasn't been on the road for a while. So you guys are probably wondering, does this car run? Now I'm going to show you the answer to this right now, and the answer to that is, what do you reckon? No. And there's two reasons. One, because the key is not registering in the car at all. So I've tried a new fob, a new battery for the fob, and I've tried to put that to the receiver, but it's not working at all. It's nothing. No key detected, as some birds go over. So there's no key detected, and it's not registering it in any way or form. So whether the receiver's broken or it's completely the wrong key, I don't know, but everything's legit, so don't worry about that. But this engine, we're not sure if we're going to get it running or not, but I'm going to show you the most important thing, which is probably why it's not going to run. So looking at the engine then, as you can see, there is no oil cap fitted, which is kind of worrying because we don't know what's gone inside the engine there. I've got no light at the moment, and yeah, it's not going to quite focus in there, but I can't see anything too obvious. Another worrying factor is there is literally no antifreeze, and both of these have been completely unclipped and pulled off, and there's plugs with things missing as well, and just a lot of stuff missing. The standard airbox is completely missing, indicating it might have actually had an aftermarket airbox maybe, and someone's taken it for another car, I don't know. The washer cap's missing. It's almost like this was a little bit of a donor car from perhaps another car. Looks like it's completely standard. Something's gone on at the back here as well. I know the exhaust turbo heat shield and everything like that's been removed, and I can see the stock boost valve there. If it focuses, there we go. But where's the actuator? I don't know. The drive shafts look like they're still down there. This is the first time I've actually looked at this car, and there's just cobwebs and stuff everywhere. That actually looks like a aftermarket decap pipe, which is interesting. So it looks like it's had potentially a decap pipe, maybe an induction. I've also noticed it's got a standard intercooler, which looks like it's in bare days as well. It's not looking very good. So it might have had a stage 1 remap, and it might have had, like I say, a filter, an exhaust perhaps, and maybe the boost turned up. So quick one. Me and Buzz have noticed that a lot of you are watching the videos and not yet subscribed. Now, we appreciate there is a lot of how-to guides. Not everyone wants to subscribe to the channel. However, we do a lot of life on the motor trade videos. We do a lot of other how-to guides, and we've got so much more new videos that you're going to be interested in. So if you could do us a favour, hit that subscribe. There'll be more of me and Buzz, won't there, Buzz? And you'll be a bit more excited, won't you? Hey? You, Buzz. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So just coming in on the inside, it looks very grubby here. Another warning is there's an oil bottle with no oil in, which is kind of concerning. So this is not looking good for this engine. Just notice as well, there is a boost pressure gauge there. So again, that probably indicates that this has had some form of remap, because why else would you want the boost gauge? It's just, I mean, it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but if you've put a map on it, you kind of want to see what boost you're running to make sure the car's always running okay. If it's standard, would you do that? Probably not. And there is the other side skirt, which was from the other side. Not quite sure what it's doing, and therefore maybe it's something to do with the other side of the suspension that's completely dropped, so maybe this come off completely. So yeah, the side skirt is just sitting there. The seats are looking a little bit grubby as well. These could do with a nice good wet vac. A little bit stained in areas. The bolster's a little bit worn. Probably could do with a little bit of leather cleaner. Again, don't even know the mileage of this car. Seats has got, annoyingly, some cigarette burns in, which is not great, but they still will sell. And the rear bench and rear seats are looking pretty grubby as well. Again, need another wet vac and a proper clean to see, you know, what we're dealing with, how good the part is, if it's worth selling, etc. So just jumping down the passenger side footwell, I found the standard airbox there, which is interesting, but then I found this pipe. Now these only usually get sold when you get rid of the standard airbox and you put the airflow meter in here. So clearly it has had an aftermarket filter set up at some point, but they've just stolen it and left the standard box in here. So I say stolen it, but this car was sold as a spares or repairs with a few bits missing. So yes, there is a few bits missing, as you can see. So it's a bit of a gamble to buy. Now, we was quite fortunate. We got it at a reasonable price. So it's not the end of the world for what we're going to do with it now. So we actually got this car from Martin at MJG Grits. Thanks for the hoodie, by the way. These hoodies are good. You should sell them, maybe a merch for you. I don't know. They're actually really nice. Anyway, so Martin actually got us the car. And he did say to us, right, I've got a Fiesta ST180, don't think it runs, they just want to get rid of it. And I said, cool, send it over my way, quite happily take the risk and the gamble. So we got Jimmy to go and get it. Apparently it was a right pain to go and get with the key not working, and that means the steering lock wouldn't come off and blah, blah, blah. So he had a right pain to get it as well, and now it's here. So this engine, we're not quite sure what's wrong with it. We just got told it's not working. And as you can see, there's a few bits stolen. It's not looking good. So what we're going to do, we're going to strip this Fiesta ST180 and we're going to clean as much parts as we can, you know, to a good sellable part, hopefully. And we're going to try and test as much as we can. We're going to bench test the engine. So we're going to get the engine out, leave the gearbox on, put a jump pack or something in it and turn it on, or turn it over, sorry, by the starter motor, and then probably compression test it at the same time. So it gives us an idea on what the compression's doing, at least. Doesn't mean the engine's going to be good, but if we've got good compression, then we can at least say it's got good compression and sell the engine as spares or repairs. The rest of the car and the rest of the parts, we will try and test individually once we've got the item out, put some power to them and test them that way. But we're not going to be able to test a lot of it in the car with the immobilizer and everything else in place, because when the key's not detected, it doesn't really get you very far. So unfortunately for this is going to be the end of the road for this car, and it's never going to see the road again. However, all of these parts will be cleaned up and they will be put up for sale once most of the parts are obviously tested. Exterior panel wise, again, once I've got them off and actually inspected them, then they will be listed up for sale. And there will also be some how-to guides on this as well, because we've noticed on Lee Lockwood's channel, he was struggling with the steering wheel airbag, for example, and I saw in the comments that a lot of other people have also been struggling with the steering wheel airbag. So we're going to do a how-to guide to take that off, and then how to, you know, remove other parts. We've got a load of other Fiesta how-to guides as well, to how to take parts off certain bits of the Fiesta. So if you want to see those, then check out in our videos. And we've got a few little bits and bobs, like how to take seats out, how to take the head unit out, and I think there's like rear lights and other bits and bobs on there, so go and check that out. All the rear lights will be for sale. Again, they'll be tested to see if all the LEDs and stuff work. The spoiler, not quite sure if we're going to sell that with the extension or not yet, or just pull those off. The wheels will be all cleaned up and put up for sale. I think they've only got budget brand tyres on, so they probably need changing, and where it's been sat, there's probably got a load of flat spots. Might even take those off and potentially get those refurbished by Martin. If that's something you wouldn't mind having, let us know in the comments. And in regarding the interior, we're going to get all that cleaned up, see what it comes up like, and that will be all for sale as well. And same as all, like the steering wheel, all these little bits will all be cleaned and up for sale. These seats are actually the heated ones, I believe, as well. Yeah, there's the heated buttons. So they're the heated ST leather, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to see if I can try and test them, see if I can fix this key at least, and we can test a few more parts. So sad times for this Fiesta ST180. It's never going to see the road again, unfortunately. And some people might say, why don't you try and save it, fix it, everything else? But by the time you sort the engine out, potentially what's wrong with that, and by the time you sort all the other bits out, it will cost a lot of money. Now, this is probably better as a donor car for a lot of you guys who need parts for one of these. So if there's anything on this car that you do see that you want, you know, sending to you, let us know in the comments and we can price you up and get it over to you. And as my voice is starting to go rapidly while doing this video because of this damn flu thing, this is the end of this video and this is the end of the ST180. However, we will do another video documenting the engine when we get that out and doing a compression test and other bits and bobs like how-to guides and stripping this car. So if you're interested in all those videos, then keep an eye on the channel and you'll see plenty more stuff going on with this ST180 just yet. So for now, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you on the next video. See you later.